Nazis vanished. Tell of their defeat in 45. They all came out of the woodwork on the day the Nazi died. They say the prisoner of Spandau was a symbol of defeat. Whilst Hess remained in prison, then the fascists they would beat. So the promise of an Aryan world would never materialize. So why did they all come out of the woodwork on the day the Nazi died? The world is riddled with maggots. The maggots are getting fat. They're making a tasty meal of all the bosses and bureaucrats. They're taking over the boardrooms and they're fat and full of pride. And they all came out of the woodwork on the day the Nazi died. So if you meet with these historians, I'll tell you what to say. Tell them that the Nazis never really went away. They're out there burning houses down and peddling racist lies. And we'll never rest again until every Nazi dies.
Woke up one morning and there were soldiers. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Woke up one morning and there were soldiers. The invasion had begun. Lend me your shoulder, we'll stand together. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Lend me your shoulder, we'll stand together. But I feel my time has come. And if I die here for the resistance, oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. And if I die here for the resistance, you must lay me in my grave among the flowers upon the mountain. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Among the flowers upon the mountain, let me rest among the brave. Someday the people will pick the flowers. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Someday the people will pick the flowers, and they will remember my name. This is the flower of the resistance. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. This is the flower of the resistance, and those who died for liberty. This is the flower of the resistance. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. This is the flower of the resistance, and those who died for liberty. This is the flower of our resistance, and those who died for liberty.
Hello there, hello there, hello there everybody, how the devil are we all? I am very well, but I'm also a little rushed, because we're doing happy hour, not happy hour you cunt, we're doing normal Island. But I'm supposed to join the thing, well, now basically. So yeah, we'll do that, and we'll get crack-a-lackin'. Don't forget, you can give me money in the various ways that you already know how to, I'm sure, if you wanted to. Yes. Anyway, yes. So yeah, do that if you want to. I'm trying to sort out my fucking camera angle, you fucking cunt. There we go, I think. Hang on. No. There we go. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. There we go. Yes, hello. Yeah, in the various ways that you know you can. So yeah, do that, I guess. Hello there, Curtis, with your swanky turn left t-shirt. How are you, sir?
Fuck off.
I was being genuinely nice. What the fuck?
No, I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking to my things. Ran out of battery.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. That's all. Well, there you go. Do we believe him, chat? I'm not sure. Anyway. Yes, everyone go and follow Turn Left as well.
That's funny though, because I said it at like the time when you came in. It wasn't to you.
It was perfect. Yeah, no, because I don't know if you heard, but I said, look at you with your nice T-shirt on, and you went, fuck
Oh, thanks.
off. And you went, fuck off. Okay, cool, man.
Fuck off.
All right, Jesus Christ. I mean, there's not taking a compliment, and then there's whatever that was. Jesus.
Massive rude twat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very unpleasant, yes. I wasn't going to say anything like, but...
Oh, fuck off. That's so funny.
That would be amazing.
Ah.
Anyway. How you getting on anyway?
Yeah, very good, mate. Very good. Sorry, it's taking ages to set up because I'm on like a new thing at the moment, a new rig. So I'm really confused. But how are you?
I'm very well, yes. I'm ready and raring to go with all of my
Raring to go. We love to hear it. We love
great
to see it.
points and things, yes. Where are the podcast T-shirts? Can people buy your merch?
Not yet. That's definitely something we're working on.
Yeah, do that.
We've got something like exciting happening in a couple of weeks, that you can't say. But yeah.
Is it the you're sponsoring a cobalt mine in Namibia?
Don't even know what that refers to, but yeah.
It's a slave minerals joke.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm involved in slavery.
It worked for Musk, you know. It worked for Elon.
Elon Musk. Why am I to the side here? That's not right.
Surely you should be
Sort that.
turning left.
Exactly. I mean, our in our Discord, we've got people saying, because one time someone came in the chat, some randomer said turn left, more like turn bent, which is funny.
Yeah,
so
I
now
was. Yeah,
everyone's like, do turn. Were you there on that one?
Yeah, I was guesting on that one. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah,
And I think I
So-
literally signed off my thing that night from go and follow turn bent.
Everyone's like, let's do turn bent merch. And like, the thing is though, it's funny for us, but people's gonna someone's gonna get offended because they feel like
Yeah,
we're
because
not-
it is like unless you understand the joke, you're just gonna think, well, that's really homophobic. What the fuck?
risk it. Nah.
Like, I don't know, for instance, say if I had a load of new subscribers because I went on a big podcast and I still carried on calling Jeremy Corbyn Hitler, people might misunderstand that I'm playing into a narrative.
You're
It's
still
a joke.
fucking doing that shit.
I will never stop doing that shit. He's a Czechoslovak spy and Hitler simultaneously. These things are absolutely true. I believe it. The Daily Mail said so, so it has to be true.
We're just waiting for Sarah, who's producing. Why is my teleprompter not working though?
I love the optimism, chat. I'll just a little behind the scenes. Curtis said, I asked what time we were starting. He was like 7:30. 25 past if you can. And I was like, motherfucker, I'm not turning up at 25 past. Fuck off. We won't be going by 22, obviously. But I do like the optimism. It's good. Whether you believe you can or you can't, you're correct.
Oh,
Oh no, okay. I'll be honest with you, chat. You can get it. Sexy Satanist Corbyn can get it. When do we get an official Mr. Streamy t-shirt? Well, never. Never. Plus, I don't own the copyright to Mr. Streamy. That's a 255 AD intellectual copyright original. And you know what I'm like, chat? I never break copyright. I believe in it and I support it 100%. Or at least don't want to get sued. Whatever. Don't be podcasting me, you bastards. We get to hear the setup. Well, it's the Morton. You can always fuck off if you don't want to see the setup. Okay? This is how it works. The first 20 minutes of this stream, when I do this show, is setup. I like to think of it as showing you behind the scenes. Okay? You think fucking ITV and Fox News aren't exactly like this. It's just that they do it off air. We're more honest. And no, this is not a podcast, so behave yourself. Indeed, Fowler, we will be discussing that a little later. Rather optimistically, we've got 4 items on the agenda. It may take us several weeks. Typical Kev, showing how the sausages are made. Well, you took that to a different place. I'm not sure I'm happy with that. I'll give you giblets and all. Last time you went on the podcast, Greens jumped in the polls. True. This is, and you know what they say? Correlation does equal causation in every instance. So. Will you release the sausages? If someone plays the alert noise, which I've turned off, so no, is the answer. Hang on, I haven't put my fucking thing in, have I? Giggity! Giggity goo! Where the fuck's the lead for it? Bollocks! Oh, there it is. Why is Kev so spiky sometimes? I much prefer Curtis's softer, more chilled persona. Well, this is the thing. We are different people, both literally and figuratively. Although we haven't been sitting in the same room together, so I can't show you that conclusively. And my camera is frozen. Why has that happened? Oop. Why did it do that? Okay, join broadcast. Oh, I'm back. There we go. I don't know why my camera froze. Anyway, yeah, I am a spiky person. I realise that. I'm an acerbic person, right? There are going to be points. Although, to be fair, I am playing a version of myself. I'm not usually this sweary or offensive a lot of the time. In fact, most of the time. Because if you talked like I talk on the internet in real life, you'd get stabbed. So, like, I'm not literally exactly like this. But I am a more spiky person. I am a dry, sarcastic, quite abrasive person in some respects. Not necessarily always the easiest to get along with. And that's not going to be to some people's tastes. But what I promise you I will always give you is me. I'm not going to give you a false person. It may be a heightened version of myself in real life, but it's not a fake person. It's not some other character. I could pretend to be really super nicey or whatever, and it would be fucking awful. I'd hate it. I wouldn't last at it at all because it would fucking kill me inside. It would eat away at me. So I give you my unvarnished thoughts, my opinions, my reactions to things, and a give of myself a little. Indeed, today I posted in the Discord. I had a visitor, a 4-legged visitor, no less. Hey, here we go. Boom shakalaka. Yeah, my aunt's dog and my aunt in tow came round to visit, and that's my aunt's dog. A rescue dog from Hungary. That's right, an immigrant no less. Everyone say hello. Say hello to Rosie, specifically the dog. Her name is Rosie. She's very, very soft and lovable and awesome. But also, if she sees a squirrel, will turn into a fucking mentalist and go and try and kill it. Not a fan of the squirrel. I don't know her opinions on other rodents. She lives in Birmingham, so you sort of have to get along with the rats. It's just, it's a thing, you know? Curtis! Hello! Are you there? We'll try again. Hello. I don't know what's happening now. Also, the rats are bigger than the dog. That is true. He's having a dilly-dally. Typical leftist. Unbelievable. Kev, you're soloing the show tonight. First normal island slap night. Well, I don't have the slides, but I do have the document. So I'll just read it as they've written it. Okay. I've got the script and everything. It's a whole... Is it PDF? Yeah, I think so. Anyway. First story. Julia W/Kevin. So what is the latest right-wing outrage that's got Julia Hartley Brewer angry about feeding kids? Angry about, ? Feeding kids. In the very rare instance the Labour government actually does something good, you can rely on paid contrarians like Hartley Brewer to be mad. Graphic 1, then a link. My pleasure to welcome at Keir Starmer, at Andy Burnham GM and at B Phillipson MP to Holy Trinity Primary School in Ashton this morning. 33 new free breakfast clubs will be open across Greater Manchester this week. Blah blah blah, and it's, yeah. So, but I don't have the visuals for it. So we're a bit fucked, really. And they're so on point. They've already got the fucking the thumbnails for the videos as well, which is fucking. They've got their shit together, man. I just sort of turn up and do stuff. Has the internet in Leeds gone down or what? What's happening? Look, it's got my name there. Boop. Professional. Twitch's answer to Laura Koonsberg. True. Well, I regularly send questions to Boris Johnson ahead of interviewing him. This is correct. Someone give me a fucking award. It looks cool with the little chyron underneath. Look at that. Almost looks professional or some shit. They have internet in Leeds. I believe so. I believe they have been allowed into the 21st century. I'm the on-screen talent. Thank you. I can literally feel the sarcasm, but thank you. I'm choosing to interpret that positively. This is our moment to... We shall annex Turn Left. Well, to be fair, Turn Left was promised to me, but 3,000 years ago. So I feel like I can just turn up and take it. And if you disagree, you're a anti-Loganite? Yeah, fuck it, that'll do. Fact. Anti-Brumite. True. Speaking of which, we won the other day. We beat Wrexham. And never Kever. That would be a cool thing. There are loads of things that rhyme with either "an", so you can do Logan, or Kev, so you can do like Revolution, Kevolution. There are things you can do with my name. Malleable. What the fuck is this actual Minge doing? Yo! He literally said be here at 25 past and it's now fucking 10 to. It's 10 to. And we're not even close to starting. He's not even in the fucking room. And he accidentally told me to fuck off. Spoken like a fucking 12-year-old. Curtis is smoking a fat doink. A fat doink. Speaking of which, I was pretty high last night. I probably shouldn't have streamed that high, I don't think. I found it difficult to remember basic things like the names of people. Which, that's not a good place to be. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to give it 10 minutes and then leave because I don't know what the fuck's happening, man. Oh, do we have... Hello?
Yeah, for some reason my teleprompter has completely stopped working.
Ah.
So... That's what basically we have this new. We're not on the new setup now, but I'm returning to the old setup, and it's just completely fried everything. Yeah, I for some reason recognise which is. I know what. A traditional way, I don't know if this will work. I'm going to use mouse and trying to scroll.
Oh, you absolute fucking peasant. Oh my god.
I know. It's
what?
Crazy.
Look, chat. Go and follow him and give him some money because we can't put up with this scuffed nonsense. Come on now. Let's get it sorted. Come on.
Absolutely, isn't it?
Fucking raggedy West Country bitches. That's all I'm saying. Do we have a producer at all, or is that just not happening?
Yeah, Sarah's on her way. It's a disaster.
Yeah. Is dope legal in the UK yet? No, it's not technically legal, but also it's policed very lightly for the most part, so it's sort of de facto mostly okay, really. As long as you don't have like tons of it and you're selling it. Like, if you've just got, like, a couple of spliffs on you, then who cares, you know? Unless, of course, you're an inner city person and you've got, like, you're a black kid, in which case the police will use that against you, because it is still technically illegal. And the police are phenomenally racist, so...
Fuck the police.
Oh, it's legal for medical use. Yeah, that's true. I don't know what's happening, lads. We're in leftist tech hours. No idea.
Okay, you can hear me though, Cav.
I can hear you. Well, this is not gone entirely to plan, chat.
It's not, no. But right, we've gone live. We will start soon. Just wait for.
I love that Edward Sexby's in their chat saying, "Is Kev just watching footy or something?" You cheeky bastards. I mean, I am, but I'm also doing this, so shut the fuck up.
What's been happening then?
War? War's been happening, hasn't it?
Which war was that? I'm not sure which one.
One of the many that Israel have started in the last 50 days.
Israel starts wars? That's new.
You know, yeah, Bill Maher said that definitely doesn't happen, but apparently it does actually happen.
Bill Maher.
Quite a lot, in fact. Yeah. But yeah, there is also football on, so I will be distracted. Down to 2 stories. No, we're not down to 2 stories. We're still going to do the full complement of stories, chat. You're going to get all of the fucking news you wanted and then some more. I was possibly going to watch PMQs after this, but I'll be honest with you, I probably won't now. Because we're not going to get done with this until God knows what time.
Hello?
Hello!
Hello? Hello, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. I'm so
problem.
sorry. It's like the most tragic thing. Right, I'm here. So
Good,
I'm
good.
sure Curtis want to get started straight away.
Well, as he's not on camera, that would be difficult.
Why is he not on camera?
Don't know. He's been having tech issues.
Has he?
He has. Something about a new setup and maybe going back to an old setup or something. I'll be honest, I was only half listening.
I'm bloody dead. You're something else. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad.
Okay, can you hear me? Sorry, I'm still having
Yes.
loads of tech issues, but I think we're back now.
You're having tech
I know what's going on.
issues.
Yeah, just everything just stopped working. My teleport just
fuck.
stopped working, so I'm literally using a second monitor to scroll through. Like it's just
Okay.
in a shitty fuck.
No, it's
so-
fine. It's fine. As long as it's working now,
I'm so
then we
sick
can.
of the tech issues though. I'm
I know. I'm so sorry for being so late. I'm so sorry. I was with her family.
Weird, and it's just we'll have to just go as. Oh, okay. I need the countdown music though to get me.
Yeah, let's do it. Also, sorry, Cass, for being late. I feel bad. Okay, where is it?
Oh, have I frozen again? I don't know if we can do this show. Honest,
You-
my camera keeps freezing.
Why is it freezing? Was it always doing that?
No.
Yeah, we don't need that noise.
What is going on with this?
A lot of love for Sarah in my chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really sweet, actually. I got a lot of love for your chat.
Yeah, we can't do all the stories. Just say 4 as well.
Well, whichever ones you want to do.
We'll do the first 3, and we'll move the final story to Friday.
Which one's the final one?
Zach Polanski.
10-to-1 pay ratio.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Struggling to hear.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry about all of this. This is what's going on.
No problem. So, chat, you're not getting Zach Polanski communism today. You have to wait till Friday.
Hello, and welcome to Normal Island Live. I'm so sorry that we're late. Massive meltdown, tech issues, but everything didn't work. My teleprompter still doesn't work, so I'm using a laptop. My mic kept cutting out, and you can see the lighting's all messed up. I don't know what's going on. Usually my tech is on par, or pretty good, but massive meltdown. I don't know what's going on. But the show must go on. And tonight, as you know, I'm joined by the king himself, Kevin Logan. Kevin, how are you? Thank you so much for being patient with me.
I'm absolutely wonderful to be here. Thank you very much. Also, I just want to say I do not add my my voice to the apology. No apologies for being late. Good things come to those who wait.
True. I mean, I guess so, but it's becoming a habit which we need to definitely sort out. But let's go on to our stories, what we'll be discussing tonight. That's the right-wing outrage from free school meals. The Telegraph uses anxiety to attack benefits and the government's draconian crime and policing bill. Now, if you want us to grow and also to sort out our tech issues, then please head over to turnleftmedia.co.uk/support to help fund our work. On to our first story. So what is the latest right-wing outrage that's got Julia Hartley-Brewer angry about? Feeding kids. In the very rare instance the Labour government actually does something good, you can rely on paid contrarians like Brewer to be mad. My pleasure to welcome Keir Starmer, Andy Burnham and Bridget Phillipson to Holy Trinity Primary School in Ashton this morning. 33 new free breakfast clubs will open across Greater Manchester this week, giving 10,000 more children a free, healthy start to the school day. That's Labour side. Now, this is an objectively good thing, announcing free school meals for thousands of children, but the grumpy troll under the bridge had something to say. The breakfasts are not free, they are paid for by taxes, mostly on parents who feed their own kids. Most of these 10,000 children would have had a perfectly healthy breakfast at home without these clubs. This isn't about helping the poorest kids, it's the state taking over the basic job of parenting. Now, right-wing commentator Sophie Corcoran also weighed in, and she seemingly doesn't understand the function of benefits. You know what I think is broken? That children of working parents have to pay for holiday club, breakfast club, and after-school club in order to be able to keep working when children are off school, etc. The children of parents who don't work get those things for free, even though they don't need them because they're home and can look after their children. These benefits should be for those who work full-time, not the other way round. Notorious transphobe Posey Parker, aka Kelly J. Keane, said, Who are these children, and why can't their parents afford to feed them? If those same children are in after-school clubs too, which sometimes provide cheap crap alongside, cheap crap food, even, alongside cheap crap care, small children. What is the wider implication of our children? Why should we be encouraging families to spend very little time together? Now, it's not exactly the same, but this libertarian talking point, similar vibes. Healthcare is not a right. You do not have the right to demand someone else's labour. I'm sorry if this hurts your feelings, but making people your slaves isn't freedom. Now, I don't think anyone's offended or their feelings are hurt by that sentiment. It's just plain wrong. Now, the premise is that apparently feeding kids is state overreach and providing healthcare is stealing someone else's labour that's coerced by the government. Let's also be clear here, this isn't taxpayers' money. That's not how it works. Even if it was our money, I'm very happy to, for my taxes to be funded on free school meals. When you hear people on the right say, it's the parents' job to look after their kids, not the state, what would you say to that?
Shut the fuck up, basically, would be my response to them, because I don't think they're worth engaging with, for the most part. I think they're petty, small-minded, vindictive, selfish, money-grubbing, spiteful arseholes, and should be treated as such. This is just whinging. It's just conservatoid whinging. It's a pathetic and embarrassing thing. As you mentioned, it's pseudo-libertarian nonsense. It's drivel. The idea that we don't owe anything to anybody, that we're all our own individual people and that our labour is not interconnected in any way, and that we don't owe anything as part of a society to each other, is a ludicrous nonsense. But it goes further than that for me. It's the kind of benefit street spitefulness that I think needs to be tackled on a much more educational basis going forward. Because if you look at it from like a structural societal point of view, these sick, evil bastards who have imposed neoliberalism through rich people infused propaganda over the course of the last 50 years have imposed a system which not only makes it inevitable that a large number of people, a kind of underclass of economically deprived people will exist, but demands that it exists. This system is entirely predicated on those people existing as a pool of labour that can be exploited very cheaply because those people are desperately scared of their landlord raising their prices or just general penury that would follow if they dare to step out of line. And so they've created a system which makes it inevitable that the vast majority of people will be economically underprivileged, and then they are punishing people for being underprivileged even though they have no say-so. It's a kind of economic original sin. The sins of the father, or indeed the poverty of the father, being visited upon the son, etc., etc. It's a grotesque, immoral system. And it's sickening to see these privileged private school people talking down to a working class who have been systematically destroyed over the last 50 years and telling them it's their fault, even though it's the policies of people like Julia Hartley-Brewer and the evil bastards that she has helped put in number 10 Downing Street that have caused that poverty and continue to sustain that poverty to this day. So actually what I would say is, how fucking dare you, to Julia Hartley-Brewer and her sycophantic freaks out there like Kelly Jane Keane. How dare you sit around and judge other people when you are the most morally reprehensible people in our society? Get fucked.
Just want to check, can you hear me?
You're a bit quiet, but I can hear you, yes.
Super quiet.
I mean, how's that? Any better?
Better.
That's a lot better, yeah.
Yeah. And again, everything's going wrong. Okay, so what's your take? I mean, on Posey Parker specifically saying this is a state encouraging parents to see less of their kids. I mean, and by the way, look, people like Julie Hartley-Brewer and Posey Parker, they're so out of touch because, I mean, especially Julie Hartley-Brewer, she probably works a few hours in the evening, right? But there are parents who work 7, 8 until 5 or 6.
Yeah, exactly. Most people who are in receipt of benefits are working. People who do incredibly important, indeed vital jobs use food banks. We are a nation. We are what was the description? We are a food bank and a retirement home in a trench coat, pretending to be a real person. Is this nation right now? It's genuinely embarrassing to see. But I think to Posey Parker's point, there is actually a point within that. There's a kernel of truth to it, that we shouldn't be encouraging people to work so many hours that the state has to take care of their kids in lieu of being able to do so. But considering that the economic prescriptions of people like Kelly Jane Keane and Julia Hartley Brewer and the minions that run Downing Street and Whitehall, their economic policies have made it so it was impossible for any person to do the thing that literally was the boilerplate existence of The Simpsons, right? In The Simpsons, one person earning one wage could keep a house that they owned, 2 cars, a wife, stay-at-home wife, and 3 children and 2 pets on one income. That is a crazy pipe dream that existed in the 80s and no longer exists now. People have to work, both parents have to work, assuming both parents are even there, and they have to work incredibly long hours just to barely be able to pay rent and put food on the table. So the idea that this is like the state taking control because the state wants to take control, rather than the fact that we have a nation, a generation that for the first time in the last 300 years is shorter than the preceding one. And when I say shorter, I mean physically the stature of the current generation is nearly an inch shorter on average than the previous generation. If you go to like Tudor houses, you see the very small like doors and roofs and ceilings and stuff, because people are a lot shorter because of bad nutrition, mostly. Genuinely true. The fact that we have modern understandings of nutrition and all of that means that we are now over a foot taller than we were about 500 years ago. And that has been consistent for hundreds of years now, until this generation. Because neoliberalism has hollowed out the basic standard of living of the poorest in our society, to the point where we have malnourished children who are physically smaller than than the previous generation for the first time in centuries. That's the kind of damage that neoliberalism has done. Honestly, Margaret Thatcher has done so much more damage than the Luftwaffe could have dreamed of to the infrastructure of Britain.
I mean, all roads lead to Thatcher.
Yeah, 100%.
Very good point. Let's move on to our next story. Again, appreciate we're running behind. Now, a recent Telegraph written by Celia Walden called Anxiety a Great Scam. The subheading of the article reads, "When we treat everyday worrying as a grave medical condition, is it any wonder the benefits bill is soaring?" Now, everyday worrying is not treated as a mental health condition. This is a fundamental misunderstanding on what having mental health issues are. And it's crazy to me that we are still having this conversation in 2026. Now, everyone has anxiety. That's a normal part of life. Go for a job interview, first dates, speaking in front of a crowd. That anxiety is completely normal. Doctors are not telling people they're in a mental health crisis because of nerves, but when it completely takes over your life. From every waking minutes, there is this feeling of dread, a dark cloud over you, the constant feeling of panic and guilt, along with all the physical symptoms. The feeling that you're in danger all the time, or not even knowing why you feel the way you feel, but nonetheless, it feels horrific. Now, that's what it is. And how do I know? Because what I described to you was how I used to feel before I sought help, before I was prescribed medication. So why is Walden talking about anxiety in the Telegraph? Well, as the subheading alluded to, it's another anti-benefits propaganda piece. British taxpayers are shelling out £800 every minute in disability benefits to people claiming to suffer from anxiety. Indeed, the personal independence payment cost for treating this disability, normal human emotion, has soared from less than £100 million in 2019 to nearly £427 million last year. Now, once again, she's invoking this normal human emotion. It's weird. Now, at least Walden has acknowledged that severe anxiety is a thing. Now, before I go on, I should insert a caveat. It's the same caveat every piece about victim culture and our weird desire to have some kind of disorder requires.
I'm aware that extreme anxiety is a genuine thing. I've witnessed a friend spiral into states of panic over completely manageable issues. I've watched her struggle to breathe as her mind repeatedly circled back to a challenge others might shrug off, and this was 100% something she needed to be treated for. I mean, like, at the beginning of that paragraph, though, she still says, oh, we're still like a nation that wants to be victims. Like, she's still sarcastic. But that's where her so-called empathy ends, and she goes right back to attacking those on universal credits. However, I do not believe that 1 in 10 Britons suffer from an anxiety disorder. Nope, sorry. As for data showing that 20% of UK adults feel anxious most or all of the time, well, that depends on how you define anxiety, doesn't it? If you define it as a living life, as sitting in traffic jams, having occasional disagreements with friends or family, and your delivery driver having another stop along the way, then sure, a near constant state of anxiety seems entirely plausible. Now, notice what she says at the beginning of that paragraph. I do not believe that 1 in 10 Britons suffer from anxiety disorder. Oh, good data you have there. I don't feel. I'm sorry, but I don't accept I don't feel. Facts don't care about your feelings. Instead of sneering at that fact, maybe look into why this is the case. But let's go through her claims. First, she said that taxpayers are paying £800 every minute in disability benefits to people claiming to suffer from anxiety, and the cost for those on PIP, specifically for anxiety, has gone from £100 million in 2019 to nearly £427 million last year. Now, the £800 is just a rhetorical device to make it sound like that you are personally being shafted by breaking down a big number and directly attributing it to the personal, right? It's not £800 per person per minute, by the way, but the total. But again, it's a meaningless number to derive emotion. Now, the £427 million figure is misleading. She claims that we spend that on only those who claim to have anxiety. But it's based on classification of primary conditions, which can overlap with other issues. So those who suffer from anxiety but have other qualifiers for PIP are included in that number. So if, for example, someone has a huge physical impairment, they can't wash below the waist without help, and on top of that has anxiety, that is included in the £427 million figure. Walden is trying to push the idea that those in that 427 figure are getting PIP just for anxiety. She claims that we're spending £427 million for disability. Again, normal human emotion. Why the inclusion of normal emotion? She's actively trying to say that people are getting PIP money just by saying, I was nervous once, and then the government just gives the money. PIP is given based on functional impairment, for example, difficulty with daily tasks, mobility, and communication. Claimants are assessed against specific criteria, often with medical evidence. According to the government, people may be eligible for PIP if they suffer from psychiatric disorders, which includes PTSD and agoraphobia. Now, if people don't know what agoraphobia means, it means you literally cannot leave the house. And if you can't leave the house, you can't get a job and you can't pay for things. So it's a legitimate reason to claim PIP. Then, of course, she mentions that 1 in 10 people suffer from an anxiety disorder, which she says she doesn't believe. Now, according to Mental Health UK, this is the case, which translates to 8 million people in total. Why did Walden invoke that statistic when 8 million people are not claiming benefits for anxiety? I mean, the total number of people on PIP is between 3.7 and 3.9 million. So why bring up the 1 in 10 figure at all? Now, it is true that PIP claimants have increased massively, with anxiety becoming one of the main reasons, but not the only, as pointed out earlier. Those on PIP who have severe anxiety also have other disabilities. The RFS has shown that mental ill health has risen sharply since COVID, especially for young people. Mental health referrals in children have risen partly due to waiting up to 2 years for care. Longer waiting times and worse public services have given rise to a mental health crisis. We are not treating people earlier. You also have the fact that young people are more likely to report mental health issues. The more aware we become, the more we talk about it. But this point is really important to note. The New Economics Foundation said, we find a fairly static success rate, suggesting that the benefit is continuing to go to people it was intended to support, even though more people are applying.
Curtis, you completely cut out there, mate. We didn't hear any of that. Ooh. Hang on, I'll reload 1 second.
On a shoestring budget, we literally have nothing.
There we go.
Okay. Hold on.
Go ahead, Kevin. You can take.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you. Give your
just want
reactions
your reaction
to
to the article.
You gave, I think, a very good breakdown of the numbers, so I won't bother tackling that. Obviously they were inaccurate and misleading, because ultimately the point I want to make about this is that these kind of Tufton Street, Murdoch media losers, these mutants, honestly are some of the most despicable people in the nation. The fact that you would go around attacking people for having mental health problems in order to reduce the tax burden on your billionaire owners, and they are owned. These people are bought and paid for subsidiaries of whatever particular think tank or whatever employs them. I don't know how people like that can live with themselves. I really don't. We've seen, I think, that things like the COVID pandemic, the fact that we have such worsening economic factors, the fact that we have wars and famines and genocides taking place and nothing's happening about them, is all going to contribute to mental health crises. And as you mentioned, the fact that people are more accepting of it now. It sort of reminds me of the graph of left-handedness over the course of time, where it seems like there are very few left-handed people, and all of a sudden it spikes and goes through the roof. And it's not because people, the more left-handed people were born. The left-handed people were always there. It's just they were punished and forced to write with their right hand until, the 1950s or whenever the hell it was. And so it's just that it's going to the normal level it always was at. More people have been mentally ill than we've ever known about statistically before, because in previous generations it just wasn't talked about, and that wasn't a healthy outcome for anybody. I think that's why we've had such I mean, I don't even want to say unpredictable people, curious people throughout society, because mental health went undiagnosed and untreated forever. And modern generations aren't quite putting up with that. And that's why it looks like there's been an explosion of it. It's people accepting that it was always there, I think, is the problem with it. And as to the core problem that we can't afford this, the benefits bill is going through the roof. The thing that doesn't seem to get mentioned in that article, and indeed in discourse about Benefit Street more sort of broadly, is the fact that the vast majority of the increase that we've seen in the state benefit liabilities have been because of the triple lock on pensions. The already very well-off generation, the boomers, have done extremely well out of the keeping of the triple lock, and I don't really begrudge them that, but virtually all of the increase in benefits has been because of that, whilst at the same time they've been cutting and slashing disability benefits and things like that. But the boomers, the retired, are people who vote, and so they're the only people who get catered to, whilst the rest of the country is left to rot by neoliberalism. But you won't hear that from someone writing in one of these newspapers, because they're bought and paid for by the very vested interests that are aforementioned.
I mean, I pointed out some of the reasons that's causing more people to use PIP.
Yeah.
In your view, why do you think more and more people are having to use welfare, and why are mental health disorders on the rise?
Well, again, I don't think mental health disorders are necessarily on the rise. I think it's people realising that they exist and talking about them and wanting to seek help for them in a way that previous generations did not. So it's not that the actual overall number of mentally ill people in the society is increasing. It's that statistically we can show that there were more people that were mentally ill than there were in the past because they weren't diagnosed in the past. So it looks like it's a vast increase, and actually what it is a more accurate representation of the mental illness in society. Which is a good thing, because statistically, if you know the truth, you can actually set public policy to try and counteract the negative impacts on a society of those things. And you can take medical intervention to try and improve the lot of the people of the nation. But again, neoliberalism doesn't really care about that. It just wants you to be mentally ill, not so mentally ill that you can't go to work to make money for a rich bastard.
True. Right, let's move on because we've got another story to get through.
Oh, I'm frozen again.
I'm frozen again. Yeah. See, this is the tech shit for you guys.
Should I put Kevin on?
Yeah, if you want.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, people can't hear me.
Well, on my end they can hear you, but
Oh, well, to those that can hear me, we're late because of me, so I apologise in advance.
no, don't apologise. These people are scum.
Okay. All right. Again, this
Okay,
is just
it's
going to
okay.
be like this is just a cursed show. And again, I hope this means that we're not like being funded by wealthy backers. This is just like,
Or this is a George Soros double bluff.
it's a double bluff. We're pretending we've got no money by being like, having loads of tech issues, but actually we've got loads of money. Well, this brings me on to the plug, doesn't it? Of course, we want 2066 to be the big year, and of course, we can do that with more money. And as I think we would sort all this crap out if we have more money. So basically, I'm not doing the whole spiel, but again, please visit turnleftmedia.co.uk/support. There's a link to Patreon. You can join us as little as £3 per month. There's another link called Coffee, Ko-Fi, which you can give a one-off donation. Of course, you can become a YouTube member for just 99p. Final story. The government has passed the crime and policing bill by a landslide, 247 to 21. Within the bill, we'll see more authoritarian measures to clamp down on protests. Within these plans, there will be a mandate for senior police officers to consider a protest movement's cumulative disruption when imposing conditions. Often specific protests such as supporting Palestinians against the genocide happen weekly, and until government policy changes, activists won't stop taking to the streets. The government can now clamp down on them even further. But the clause can have even more far-reaching consequences, as explained in the New Arab. The draconian of the bill's proposals is the cumulative disruption clause 165. This requires a senior officer in deciding whether a protest action should be allowed or prevented to take account of relevant cumulative disruption. So, for example, a demonstration at a symbolic location against the Israeli and US assault on Iran could be banned on the grounds that a number of other protests on quite unrelated issues had taken place there.
Oh, you're frozen again.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. What a screenshot to have it on as well.
No, I just put it back on the graphic.
Zara Sultana said this. Tonight, Labour MPs vote to erode our rights to protest, handing police sweeping powers that could criminalise sustained strike action as cumulative disruption. This is a direct escalation against the Palestine solidarity movement that has brought hundreds of thousands onto the streets. It follows the unlawful prescription of Palestine action, a lost High Court battle they are still appealing, the targeting and failed prosecutions of artists, and over 3,000 arrests for holding a placard opposing genocide. The Labour Party is nothing more than reform with a red rosette. Now, this has a broader trend across Europe, with France planning an even more draconian piece of legislation. This one specifically targets anti-Israel sentiment. French lawmakers set to push criminalising speech on Israel with penalties of up to 5 years in prison. Now, as Wood pointed out, there is some parts of the bill that's good. Under the draft legislation, tech bosses will be held personally liable if their platforms fail to remove intimate images of people shared without their consent. Senior executives without a reasonable excuse could face imprisonment or a fine or both if their companies fail to comply with Ofcom's enforcement decisions to remove non-consensual intimate images. But is this deliberate, to include a clause in which we all agree with that people should face responsibility for non-consensual content and child sexual exploitation material? But in doing so, you've had to vote for stripping people's democratic freedoms. Kevin, do you think this bill, with all its caveats, the main function is to clamp down specifically on pro-Palestine protests? Every single time. And I just think, I always think about Shamana Mahmood. There's a picture of her, I believe it's in 2014, and she's at a pro-Palestine protest. And it just shows how power easily corrupts. Or were they lying then and they're telling the truth now, or whatever? But I mean, it's absolutely wild that the clause 165, which basically says it's a cumulative approach, which is like, even if your particular protest didn't happen here, but other protests happened here, therefore we can ban this one. It's crazy.
It's mad to me that they would this piece of legislation again. No one promised any of this before a general election. No one has voted for this. There is no mandate for any of this, and yet it passed with such little opposition because the cast iron consensus at Westminster, the Uni Party, be it Labour, Tory, Lib Dem or Reform, are for authoritarian state powers to curtail your freedoms. And especially, as you saw with the example of France, how cocked Western governments are to Zionism, how pathetically, spinelessly supine they are to Zionist interests, that literally in France, they're being explicit about it. Criticism of Israel is being made illegal. Like, at least in Britain, they're pretending it's about a prescribed terrorist group and all this shit. In France, they're just like, no, you can't criticise Israel. In America, they literally pass laws that means you can't engage in BDS. It's tragic.
Apparently you're muted on your stream. So you're having issues now. I think tech issues is it's like you can catch it, right?
Yeah.
So people are saying that you're muted on your end.
Oh, well, if your people could hear me on your end, I'm not going to repeat my monologue, but it was basically a comparison between the ease with which this piece of legislation passed, for which there is no mandate, and the fact that even on the anniversary, the 37th anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster, they still won't pass a piece of legislation called the Hillsborough Law, which they promised they would pass and still have not. And we are virtually no closer to having that piece of legislation passed. Yeah.
Someone else is saying you're not. I don't know. I think someone's fucking with us in the channel. In the chat.
Who knows?
Anyway, I think let's go to the comments. Let's get absolutely ripped for this fucking tech shit bollocks going on. We're gonna be ripped.
No, we did. I didn't actually get many of the comments that ripped us apart because, guys, we know the tech is getting there. We're going to get better. We're going to get better.
But it's gone backwards there. Like I'm usually happy that like my setup's usually good, and it's like the camera kept freezing, the teleprompter's not working, the lighting's all saturating crazy. I don't know what's going on. It literally feels like a fucking Mossad op.
No, but you look good now. Like it's something's worked. So we've got Cal the Limp. For my door left open text. I don't understand who the heck this is. I don't like this.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Who's this?
If that's not Callum, then
this is
I don't think you should be using this picture.
No.
But thank you for the £2 super chat.
Yeah, cheers. But also don't take pictures of us and then use it.
Yeah.
Weird. Ollie gifted 5-10 left memberships. We had a really generous show tonight, so thank you so much, guys. Curtis Davies Penn gifted 50-10 left membership. So yeah, people were really generous.
I'll tell you what, look, Friday or Monday, we're starting at 7:30. No tech issues. If people drop in 50% left memberships, that's not our fault. If the comments aren't on the screen, that is not our fault. That is literally the software we're using. McBain, but also Scott Kevin's fucking.
What?
We've got a troll who gives us money. I love it.
Okay.
That's crazy. I've never known that. A troll that gives us money. Thank you so much for the generous donation, but also Kevin it's the little icon.
Thank you.
I'm using AirPods. I'm sorry that I'm so loud. I didn't even realise they're picking up my voice so much.
Well, it's not even me. That's me. Okay, that's an image I made where I photoshopped my face onto a Vincent van Gogh self-portrait, and someone has superimposed Jeremy Beadle's fucking face on my face.
That's it. I couldn't tell if that was Jeremy Beadle. Fucking.
Oh, my fucking head hurts.
Apparently you've got leftist tech too because you're offline. Maybe it's not like.
Maybe.
We've got £5 from Nurian, who says the problem with Thatcherism is that eventually you run out of taxpayer assets to sell.
Exactly.
And then Ollie gifted £5.
Did you hear that Zoran Mamdani he made a dig? He made a dig at Thatcher.
He did, yeah.
He said Thatcher says that socialists run out of other people's money, But he's like, well, actually, socialists come in and fix the mess. True. I mean, think about 2008, for example. I know it's not strictly socialism, but it's socialist thought that goes, maybe we should leave everything up to the market. Basically, socialists are the ones that pick up the mess.
And then we got £5. Oh, shit. That's fat.
Is that a Game of Thrones
I'm a
mug?
twat.
Yeah, it is. I got it as a
You
present.
fucking nerd. Oh my god.
It was a present from my brother, who went to Croatia, and I think he went to like the set or was near it, and he got me it. And to be honest, like I can't not have it.
That's cute.
But anyway, the Game of Thrones season 1 to 4, excellent.
Game of Thrones.
After that was rubbish, and then the last one was. Really
I've never watched it. But Paul Webster said, "Hello, Kev. I hope you've been keeping up on Richard Murphy."
The Economist. I
mean,
presume that's The Economist and not like a random person called that.
Yeah, just a bloke down the pub called Richard.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to say keep up with him. Like I'm aware of his work. I've got a few books on the list that I'm going to buy of his, and I've watched his stuff, and I've definitely learned a few things from him. But I wouldn't say I keep up with him every single day.
I don't
I'm
keep.
too busy trying to fucking sort the tech stuff.
I find
Yes.
I find it difficult to keep up with him because he runs real fast. I'm so funny.
You
Keep-
are
Richard Murphy.
sometimes
Keep
funny.
up,
Fast.
keep up with him. Keep up
Oh,
to run at the same pace. Oh, for fuck's sake!
That's actually horrendous. That's
Ollie-
actually that's the lowest moment of the show. Not the fact that we started half an hour late or like everything went wrong tech wise.
Yeah, I bet you-
top off with a fucking
Yeah,
dad joke.
I bet you wish I was fucking muted now.
No, because then it would be a really awkward show, wouldn't it?
It would have been bad. Yeah.
Ollie gifted £5 and said, "Weird how these people only seem to get animated at the possibility of systems getting exploited when they benefit those in need."
Well, literally, yeah. The biggest welfare queens in the world are Palantir and Amazon and Elon Musk and these people who receive hundreds and hundreds of billions from governments all around the world to do things that we don't fucking need them to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're not even. Not to be like it's corporatism, not capitalism. I also don't believe that. But we are in. And again, this is from Thatcher. It's governments using taxpayers' money to literally give to private corporations. Like AI firms receive millions of pounds of taxpayers' subsidies. Now, I thought, right, in a free market society, if your company was really, really good, then you don't need anyone's help. You could just be successful. But actually, we are paying for it because guess what? AI is not the sort of technology that people like. In fact, we're forced to use it.
Well, it's because of the reciprocal nature of, as you say, corporatist state, right? That these companies have money, often because of startup capital and inheritance and all sorts of things. Emerald mines in Namibia and so on. And what they're able to do is successfully lobby, by which we mean corruptly influenced via financial transaction and other politicians who then get into positions of power and are compromised and give huge contracts to these people, which means they get richer, and then the cycle continues and goes round and round. And in America it's even worse, because with Citizens United, literally corporations have the rights of people now, so they have the privacy that you can't even investigate them for their financial crimes.
Absolutely. And then Nurian gifted £10. Rapid
you.
onset left-handedness. Coops gifted.
Well, exactly. It's the modern sickness, left-handedness, isn't it? I don't believe in this left-handed nonsense. You see how silly it sounds, but it's the same thing.
But I do think, I think it's both, right? I think one, we're becoming more. I mean, I'm assuming this is alluding to the anxiety article.
Yeah.
One, yes, like mental health is becoming more realized. We can talk about it, but I do think, and again, this is anecdotal. This is not based on any data, but I do think mental health issues are on the rise because we live in a hellscape of a capitalist system where people are struggling materially. Two, I do think the rise in is not just social media, but the way in which the tech bros have captured social media, which has just got people depressed. And three, global instability. I mean, think about our generation, right? Our generation, we were too young to really be politicized, but this is the world we were born into. You've got the Iraq War, and then you've got the 2008 financial crisis, which we weren't in work. I wasn't at work anyway, but like I could see my parents were in work, right? You can still feel it when you're young. Then you've got that. Then you've got a austerity, 10 years of a Tory austerity, and then you've got the pandemic, and now you've just got the rise of fascism. You've got Israel's genocide, the war in Iran, and for millennials specifically, you've just got crisis after crisis after crisis, and I don't see how anyone cannot suffer from mental health issues, even if it's not I'm suffering from an anxiety disorder where I can't leave the house, so I have to get medication, but just maybe just that low level anxiety is probably present in a lot of people. So I genuinely believe mental health is on the rise because society is so fucking broken, fundamentally broken, and no one wants to fix it, and anyone that says we should fix it, they get gaslit from the media.
Yeah.
They're told they're cranks,
Oh,
hard
good.
left,
Yeah.
communist.
Yeah.
And it's like we're constantly ourselves are being gaslit, and you just think it's actually a miracle that mental health issues isn't higher. 1 in 10 people. I'm surprised it's not fucking 50% of us.
Yeah, literally. And that was actually leads on to the point I would have made had we done the fourth story about the fact that whilst it's a good policy, saying it right now when the media are run the way they're run without any kind of oversight
Well, I
or
tell you
anything
what, how about,
is
how
difficult.
about this?
Yeah.
Kevin, we don't have a guest on Friday, so why don't you come back? And
I would
start on
be
time,
more than happy to. Yes.
and we can cover the story that you read about, right? Which I think people know what the story is now. We can discuss it on Friday. If you're free to come back,
the
on Friday,
the immortal science of Marxism, Leninism, Polanskiism. Yes.
I'm not an ML. Christ, have you ever had Twitter run-ins with MLs?
Oh yeah, they're lovely people. We get on famously.
There you go then. Sorry, finish your point. Sorry, I don't know if I cut you off.
Oh no, I was just going to say, yeah, the policy of the 10-to-1 pay thing is like I think it's a perfectly reasonable social democratic policy, but we live in such a weird cultural and political zeitgeist right now that putting that forward as your plan now, I think, is probably a step too far, and that you need to bring people along with you a little bit more, because the media are going to tear that to pieces. And the thing is, the left doesn't make use of the fact that our ideas are actually relatively popular if you explain them to people, if you actually go and tell people basic shit like actually feeding kids is okay, and all the rest of it. If you look at Jeremy
say that though.
Jeremy Corbyn, when he was being filtered through the media, was very unpopular, but then once he got into an election where he was able to actually make a pitch directly to the people,
we had the Purdah laws.
Yeah, exactly. He went because people got a certain kind of unvarnished version of like, oh, this is social democracy. That seems quite palatable to me, and so you need to actually make that case and bring people along with you. And at the moment, that might be a little bit too far.
Well, you know what? And in 2017, not 2019, but 2017, when the Purdah laws came in, I actually thought overall the media was fair to Labour under Jeremy Corbyn in that specific 6-week period. Now, of course, everything leading like 2015 to 2017, horrific. And then end of 2017, maybe 2018 to 2019, like the worst it's ever been. But when those Purdah laws came in, for some reason, there was a period in which they didn't seem that bad. My theory is that they thought he was never going to win. They all believe like the Labour insiders, so they didn't take him that seriously. So they're like, we don't really need to like smear him really badly, which is why I think the 2019 general election was insane, because they're like, oh my god, this guy can actually win.
Yeah, I think they were scared of that. Definitely. Yeah, I think they learned that lesson. But yeah, look, regardless of what one thinks of reform as not reform the party, reform the concept to achieve socialism / social democracy, whatever, parliamentarian reform policy. If you're going to do that, you need to bring people along with you. And the nation, the kind of, the Overton window, which is much over talked, but is to a certain extent a real thing, isn't in the right place for this kind of policy at this point. And he's done really well being vague enough in the kind of let's make hope normal again thing to try and drag that over a little bit to the left, that I think putting a definitive policy on this is unnecessary right now, because we're not even in an election, really. We're in local elections, but not national elections. And so, in Wales and Scotland aside, that he doesn't need to do that. It seems like an unnecessary step at this point, and is possibly a little more radical than the people are currently ready for. You need to meet the working class where they're at, not where you want them to be.
Yeah, I mean that's a little teaser for Friday, then I guess, and we'll because I've got some thoughts on it. We'll break into. So make sure you tune in Friday with me and Kevin, and we're going to speak about that.
Well, if we start setting that up now, you might be fucking ready for 7:30 on Friday.
Do you want, as soon as this show's finished, right? I'm literally going to just fucking overhaul everything and see.
Just
what's going on
don't leave that chair. It's working now. Just fucking keep it there till Friday. Don't move.
Should we just do a 3-day stream?
Let's go. Fuck yes.
Don't, because our viewers will be like, yeah, like actually do it. No, that's not. Sorry, Sarah. We just completely fucking sidetracked then.
No, it's okay. Antifa vegan. The £20. Thank you so much, Coops.
Thank you, by the way. Yes, I
had it on the screen for ages. And then Antifa gifted 20 10 memberships, and then Paul Webster gifted £5. The Kev, how can you be against neoliberalism but not follow the one who wants us to move away from it? Go and have a look at his videos. Richard Waits.
Who is? Hang on. Who is? What?
Richard Murphy. No, I mean, like.
No, if you, I know
Richard Murphy. Do you?
Well, I know of him. He's the Economist bloke, right? He's a sort of anti-neoliberal economist. I don't know that much about him. Yeah.
There are many other economists out there too, though, right? It's not like.
And most of them are cunts. Yeah. I'm sorry, they just are. The most capitalists, most economists are just capitalist pricks. Yeah. Yeah.
Specs gifted 5 10 memberships.
That nutter,
another 5.
That nutter with my beetle on my fucking face just gifted me 20 quid as well.
That's really sweet.
Take it now. Let's say, even if you got fucking.
Thanks, you mad bastard. Love it.
I don't actually understand this comment. I want you to explain it.
Go on then.
What does it mean?
I have an important point, as I was saying, and also, so now you know what it feels like. I don't understand.
If that means like the audio's cutting out, then yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, thank you for the £5.
Super grateful. There were so many donations today, but basically people were being really sweet. Someone said, I'm also an audio engineer if you want to pay me handsomely, and then someone else said
I'll pay you with the air for my lungs.
And then someone said, I'm a sound engineer. Once Turn Left gets big enough to pay people, you should hire me. So people are offering their services, but lots of people are just saying don't sweat the tech issues. And then Specs reassuringly saying, well, ish, Curtis is blaming the tech. He was outside smoking a fat doink before the show. That's why they were late.
Why is that such a funny word? A fat doink.
And then I think just to keep it slightly more lighthearted, Specs is saying get the merch sorted. So people are still very keen for that sort of stuff.
Well, how about this then? I'm not going to say anything, but I can just say in a couple of weeks, it's not directly that, but something's happening.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're gonna buy a cobalt mine in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
No, we're gonna announce our new streaming times at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. East Coast.
I think just I think one. This is the last comment because it's been there are so many comments. Conservatives always seem to be the victim of victims while constantly whining about everyone being a victim, and I think that's the irony of it all.
Yeah, as if Julia Hartley-Brewer's life is so fucking comfortable that she can spend her time attacking poor kids eating. Like, get
I don't understand. Look, I mean, I don't understand. If I was someone like who gets paid like Julia Hartley-Brewer, who's got a pretty cushy job, I'm like, do you know what? I'm so fucking lucky. I'm not going to spend my time punching down. Like, why do I need to kick off people on benefits? Like, why does it matter? I understand more of the anger when you're struggling yourself and this perceived idea that someone's taking from you. Like, my life sucks because of this shirker and this lazy bastard, right? Again, like, obviously, I don't have that politics. But someone like Julie Hartley-Brewer, who was completely comfortable, makes no difference to her, yet is still angry. Of course, the answer to that is, of course, she's a paid contrarian and she's paid to have those opinions because, of course, it's easy for the working class to fight ourselves because we won't look at not just the billionaires, but also people like Julie Hartley-Brewer who prop up the billionaire narrative.
Yep, very much so. Yeah, don't look at anything economic. Look at poor people or trans kids or fucking they took the dick vein off the Snickers. Like it's anything.
Was that a real Fox News segment, by the way? Was that
Yeah, that was a real thing.
It was actually fake. It was real.
No, it was a real thing, but I don't know if they actually did take the thing off the Snickers, whatever. But like, it became a social media phenomena, and Fox News reported on it. Yeah, which is just like, it's so ludicrous that you would ever, as a news organisation, fucking publish about that. Fuck off, man.
They put the dick vein off the fucking Snickers.
Yeah, but I think everyone was kind of just of the sentiment that like these people never had to deal with worrying about ending up on the streets, and that anxiety disorder is not just everyday worries. That was from Edward Sexby. But yeah, that's basically it. But aside from the tech issues, I think really great content, guys. Stay resilient. I think we have to get props for being resilient, and also props to everyone who deals with the tech issues but still sticks around. And I think we're just ever so grateful that you guys are still pouring into us the way that you are. But yeah, great show, Kevin and Curtis.
And I assume because you turned up half an hour late, you're going to stay half an hour afterwards to make up time.
It's so out of my control. I'm so sorry I'm literally so sorry for being late.
No, I don't give a. I'm late. I'm always late for everything. It's fine.
What I will say to people is like, yes, we are late a lot. Yes, this and that. But, you know, we are working literally around our full-time jobs. And I do think maybe we should pick ourselves up a bit. Like, I think like we're more professional than a lot of other things out there. And we don't get paid, and we're trying to do this. But, like, it's going to get better. Absolutely.
It will.
Like, 100%. And there's going to be in the next couple of years, there's going to be so many exciting things. Like, we're going to be on that fucking map.
When you say it's going to get better, you mean you're going to stop inviting me on, I presume?
That's never going to happen.
Because,
You're always
like,
gonna be invited on.
Because, like, that's the way you could improve the content, is by not having
Are you joking me? No way.
Just saying.
Yeah. What was I going to say?
The times you don't come on is if you say, I don't want to come on Turn Left anymore.
With your beautiful face, I could never say no.
There you go. Exactly.
But yeah, thanks, guys. I'll leave you guys to it.
Yes, thank you so much for everyone who bared through the really, let's be honest, complete fuck up of the show in terms of tech stuff. I'm really sorry about that, and we will work it out. But I tell you what, thank you to our viewers and community who do stick by us, though. And you've been incredibly generous tonight, so I do appreciate that. Also, thank you to Kevin. You were very patient. Again, nearly half an hour late, not good stuff. Of course, the content you bring, the analysis you bring is always second to none.
Thank you very much.
It's always such good fun having you on.
Well, it's been a delight, and I will look forward to seeing you again in 48 hours' time.
Hold on a second. I thought me and you were going to be streaming for 48 hours now. Is that not the deal?
No, we are, but I'm just going to close my eyes until 48 hours have passed,
Okay.
and I will then see you. So yeah.
Cool. Right. Yes. So thank you to everyone who tuned in. Of course, you won't have to wait very long to see Kevin again because it's going to be us two on Friday. Much appreciated for the donations. If you do want to help us grow, but also to fix our teething problems we're having, then you can go to turnleftmedia.co.uk/support. You can support us on Patreon. You can support us on Ko-fi or Ko-fi. I never know what it's called. Or you can become a YouTube member for 99p. You've been great tonight for putting up with our shit. You can catch me and Kevin back right here on Friday at 7:30 p.m. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.
Adolf Hitler, Adolf Hitler, Adolf Hitler.
You did really great.
Literally everything went wrong.
Yeah, and I'm so sorry for being as late as I was.
It kind of, to be fair, it was the best show for you to be late because I still wasn't ready because things were just still fucking up.
Yeah.
Let me quickly read in to you, Kev.
Thank you very much. No problem. It's things happen. It's fine.
But it's like so out of my control. Like, if I could have been on time, I know I would have been. But I think Curtis knows what happened today, so I had to go do a few things before Hannah just completely ran over. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
You were smoking a fat doink. Let's be honest.
Oh, no, I'm not Curtis.
Honestly, that was the funniest fucking word. Doink.
Doink.
Fucking smoking a fat doink. I don't think I've ever fucking heard of that word before. Doink.
Having a schnauzer. Love it. Thank you, Lonely Weirdo, with €2. Thank you very much. And thank you to, oh my god, Antifa Vegan Boy with 10 gifties as well. Much love to you, my friend. Yes. What are you two up to tonight then? Presumably separately. I didn't mean that in like a weird way.
That's so fucking
Me?
weird, Kevin.
Yeah.
I just got back home, so I think I probably need to shower and then eat.
Fair
And
enough.
then go to bed.
Fair dues, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
what
I'm
about-
gonna eat, but also I'm gonna fucking sort out what the fuck.
I think I see you need to just, rest as well. Like rest as much.
Yeah,
as
Curtis,
possible.
honestly, mate, take some time off and just chill. Just keep your chin up.
But I'm that sort of person. Like, no, I can't rest until it's fixed. So I'm like, I can't.
Oh, you're autistic? Okay, cool.
No, I think he's anxious.
Honestly, probably.
Yeah.
But
He's an anxious guy.
So we'll just spend more money. Trying to fix it.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. We've got an endless supply, so it's good.
Yeah,
It's fine.
exactly. Yeah.
All
we've got a
all that
sick
sweet,
deal with
sweet,
Peter Thiel, actually.
all that sweet Soros money. Love it.
Right, guys, I'm gonna love and leave you. But
Right,
have a
okay.
great evening.
See you
Enjoy the
later,
rest of the
Sarah.
stream as well.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye. Guys,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Oh, there you go. Ah, chitty chat and kitty cat. How are we all? Oh, I've got sweaty ears now. Oh, sweaty ears. I left my heating on just until we started the stream, and so the room's it's lovely and warm. But the problem is, with the earphones on, your fucking ears get super sweaty. So I've got sweaty ears. But that's basically the point, sweaty ears. So I might need to go and shower myself, I think, because I'm a dirty bitch. Oh. That was me tapping my tits. You're very welcome. ASMR. Booby style. Is that allowed? Is that in TOS? I don't know. Anyway, hello there, turn left people. I'm Kevin Logan. I am a dirty boy. But you can hit the follow button and subscribe and all that jazz. And yeah. Apologies, I think I might have been muted on my microphone or something. I did a very good rant about Hillsborough and how South Yorkshire police are murderers. But it was muted on my end, apparently. But you can hear it on, if you go and check out Curtis's stream of it, which it did go, for some reason. For some reason, it wasn't muted there, but it was muted here. I don't know why that would be. But I thought I was quite eloquent and made a very good point about the way in which some legislation is prioritised and others is not, and what that says about the priorities of the British state. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna fuck off, I think. Oh, I'm gonna go and lie down in the shower. No, I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna leave you. I did say I might do PMQs, but I can't be arsed, to be honest. And I've been having tech problems myself, so you know. Anyway, yeah, but I'll be back tomorrow, possibly doing PMQs with possibly no justice of the MTGs, or possibly the happy hour. I don't fucking know. And then I'll be back Friday with Curtis and maybe something else. But again, I don't know. Basically, check in on the Discord. I might give you updates 5 minutes before I go live. Is that cool? We good? Yeah. It's been a while since we raided James. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Hammers from the internet. Our friend in the north. I say that, they're in fucking America. What am I talking about? But who am I going to on YouTube's? This Space. Go and check them out. They're cool. Boop. And on twitch.tv. Where's James from the internet? I can't fucking see him. Do I have to type it in? Like some sort of fucking pervert. James from The internet. Jesus Christ. Okay. I will see you all tomorrow. And then on Friday with another not happy hour, fuck's sake, Normal Island. Thank you all for listening and watching. Thank you for your support. Apologies for the lateness of the stream and all of that, because, you know, it can't be helped. Tech issues and such. Free Palestine. No pass around.